Across the vast sweep of continents and centuries, civilizations have risen and fallen. On the Indian subcontinent, in the shadow of ancient hills, a city would stand witness to them all. Ajmer, before kings and conquests, there was fire. From molten earth and shifting stone, the land itself was born. The ancient Aravali, rising from flame and fury in deep geological time. Through ancient tectonic forces, the Aravali Range took shape among the oldest mountain systems on Earth. Within these weathered hills, long before empire and faith, the land of Ajmer gradually formed. What tectonic forces began, erosion refined. Through shifting climates and flowing waters, the hills were carved into basins and valleys. A landscape shaped not in a moment, but across ages. After ages of erosion and climatic shifts, the land formed plains and seasonal basins. In the heart of Rajasthan, monsoon waters gathered, sustaining grasslands and scrub forests within a semi-arid landscape. Ajmer's story does not begin with kings. It begins with water. Grasses spread. Acacia took root, and the first herds arrived, answering the life it quietly called forth. At amber dusk, striped scavengers crossed the dunes. The leopard ruled Ajmer's ridges, patient, silent, powerful. Monsoon came. Peacocks happily bloomed in rain. Early hands shaped microliths, life etched beneath Aravali hills. Firelit rock shelters, families resting above, roaming herds. By still waters at dawn, stone met bone. Humans had arrived. Seasonal herds crossed Ajmer, the first rhythms of pastoral life. Early Brahmi inscriptions in the Aravali hills, evidence of written culture in ancient Ajmer. Wilderness did not retreat. It watched, it waited, and Ajmer learned to belong. What was once shelter became settlement. Valleys filled with barley and wheat, Ajmer turning toward cultivation. From Shakambhari rose the Chahman, warrior rulers who would shape the destiny of Ajmer. In the shelter of Aravali Hills, the Chahman chose strength, a fortress commanding trade and frontier. King Ajaydev shaped Taraghad Hill, stone and strategy rising, a fortress against time and threat. From these hills rose Ajmeru, forged by King Ajaydev, a name history would later whisper as Ajmer. At first light, Chauhan leaders marked the earth. Alliances sealed, roots secured, power ascending. In the reign of Vigraharaj Chaturth, Visaldev Mandap emerged, a Sanskrit college temple complex of learning and power. Before legend, there was practice. Young Prithviraj Chauhan, refining skill under watchful guidance. In 1191 at Rhine, Prithviraj Chauhan defeated Muhammad Ghori, halting his northern advance. After defeat in 1191, Muhammad Ghori regrouped, not broken, but determined to return. Victorious at triumph, Chauhan forces rode on, unaware the conflict was not yet over. But in 1192, at the Second Battle of Trine, Muhammad Ghori returned. And this time, Prithviraj Chauhan suffered defeat. With Ghurid victory, Ajmer entered a new chapter. Under Qutubuddin Aibak, Ajmer entered Ghurid rule. Garrisons posted, authority restructured. From Visal Dev Mandap to Adhai Din Ka Jhonpada, stone remembered, purpose changed. Empires claimed Ajmer, but devotion defined it. Through Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti, it became a sanctuary for centuries. Page by page, Delhi's dynasties unfold. Mamluk, Khilji, Tughlaq, Sayyid, and Lodi shaping empire and history. Ajmer rises as a sultanate stronghold. Walls fortified, garrison stationed, frontier secured. Until Sultan quarrel, councils fracture, and the sultanate's power falters. The Mughal hold tightens, poised to leave an indelible mark on Ajmer's story. Ajmer's Dargah, already revered, gained divine renown and Mughal favor, with Akbar among its devoted pilgrims. From Humayun to Akbar, Rajasthan greets the young emperor in Ajmer. Akbar regularly sought blessings at Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti's shrine. In 1570, Akbar built a fort in Ajmer, both a pilgrimage residence and a Mughal military outpost. This is also where Emperor Jahangir, son of Akbar, received Sir Thomas Roe, permitting the East India Company to trade in India. In the early 17th century, Jahangir developed Daulat Bagh in Ajmer, the garden now called Subhash Udyan. From the Deccan rose the Maratha. Disciplined, ambitious, relentless. Under the Scindia of Gwalior, their influence stretched into Rajasthan, and Ajmer became part of a new political order. At Medta in 1790, the Maratha prevailed, and Ajmer's fate was sealed under Scindia rule. The Maratha imposed order, replacing uncertainty with administration, revenue systems, and disciplined rule. Under Scindia administration, Ajmer grew orderly, its markets thriving in renewed stability. Following Anglo-Maratha defeat, Ajmer passed into British control in 1818. From Ajmer's fort now bore the British flag, signaling colonial rule. Maps unfolded and records multiplied as British governance reshaped Ajmer. Stone by stone, colonial institutions anchored British power in the city. Founded in 1875 by Lord Mayo, Mayo College trained India's princely elite. In 1892, engineer Mr. Foy constructed Foy Sagar to combat famine. In 1875, the railway arrived, connecting Ajmer to imperial trade routes. In 1887, the Jubilee clock tower rose. After independence, Ajmer existed as Ajmer Merwada state before merging into Rajasthan in 1956 under the States Reorganization Act. After the partition, thousands of Sindhi Hindu fled the new Pakistan, traveling to refugee camps and settlements in cities like Ajmer. The Sindhi Hindu community found new roots, rebuilding homes, preserving traditions, keeping their identity alive. After Yet uncertainty remained for some communities, including the Anglo-Indians. Independence brought change, but not everyone chose to leave. Many Anglo-Indian families stayed. Their presence remained an important part of the city's railways, schools, and administrative life. Though small in number, the Anglo-Indian community remained deeply connected to India's railways and public institutions. 1956. Readers examined newspaper announcing Ajmer's merger into Rajasthan, quietly discussing the historic change. As Ajmer integrated into Rajasthan, government offices became the spaces where the systems of a modern city slowly took shape. In the early 1960s, the Board of Secondary Education Rajasthan was established in Ajmer, transforming the city into the academic nerve center of the state. Institutions like Government College Ajmer, established in 1836, St. Anselm's School, founded in 1904, laid the foundation for the city's growing education network. From Sophia's legacy of learning to JLN's pursuit of healing, Ajmer stands today as a thriving hub of education. Through missionary institutions and English medium schools, Ajmer developed a strong culture of modern education and communication. From the sacred shrine of Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti to the heights of Taragarh, Ajmer blends heritage with progress. As the city expanded, its streets grew busier, blending historic neighborhoods with a rapidly changing urban life. Beyond its streets and markets, the city's identity also lives in its food, simple traditions shared across generations. In Ajmer, a new generation of thinkers is exploring how artificial intelligence can connect with India's cultural heritage. The beginning of Project Bhaskar, a city of history and culture, now connected by ideas and intelligence. Ajmer, stepping into the future,